I see it. I noticed on my phone he sent me a message. He sent me a WhatsApp message telling me. Yeah.
Alright, I've changed it. Is it going to update on YouTube?
Just hang on a minute. I'll go and have a look.
Oh, it created a new event. Well, that's kind of a problem because now you're going to have two different streams. It actually created a new event. So it
No, hang
started
on
a
a
new
minute.
stream.
No, it won't. Let me just go into restream.
It just
What
did.
you need to do
It didn't on Twitch, I don't think, but I think it did on YouTube.
now. Yeah, did you go into the update titles
I just changed
in
it on
restream?
Restream. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's oh, it didn't change it though. That's weird. Yeah. Oh, you have to
right. Hang
update
on.
titles. Okay.
Yeah, you got to update titles. Do that, and then you know, type. Make sure you type in the name of the game, Virtual Pool 4, and then confirm it or whatever you do, and that should do it. Because I've had to change the titles
Okay.
midstream because I forgot,
Yeah, well,
and it does work.
I screwed up. I may have screwed up the stream for
No,
I
no, it's working now because I'm looking in YouTube and it says SemiPro versus wanwa now.
okay, and it didn't okay, good.
Right, that's fine.
All right. Well, now that we've got that out of the way, maybe we can actually just watch the stream and enjoy it because that's just a pain in the ass trying to do the stream and then having to deal with not understanding how to do something like change the title. I didn't
Well,
have any advance.
what
I had like 2 minutes to set this up before it started.
exactly, that's the problem. You don't get to relax and take your time so you can do it.
Well, if I knew what I was doing, it would be a lot easier. So
Oh, is this
this,
going to be a blitz?
well, this is interesting. Should just cut this in. This ball will cut in. It's not as thin a cut as it looks. He should just cut this two ball in. He's decided to play safe. There's never anything wrong with playing safe. I thought he probably should have shot it, but that wasn't a good safety. That's the only problem there is that he didn't. He could end up behind the 9 ball now because that's what I'd be trying to do here is put him behind the 9 ball. I don't think he hit it hard enough. Well,
To
from
get
what I've
the
seen
phone
so
off.
far, Wanwa doesn't play safe that well. Which, I see that with a lot of VP players is that, they get to the point where they pocket balls pretty good, but the way they always play is they just go for everything, kind of like stub mode. And they never learn how to play safe that well, which, if you play somebody that does play safe well and you don't, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, you're always going to get found out when you come against the better players.
Yeah, you're going to find your weaknesses. Safety play is one of them I see a lot. Kicking at balls. The once you get to the point where you can run out pretty good, then those other things become really important. So he's just going to pull this back up. Do you like this view or do you like the other down table view? This is down and
Well,
above. This is the snooker view.
I'm in the room watching, so I'm only glancing at YouTube on my phone just to check see if there's anybody in
Yeah,
the chat.
but I think you do the other view. This view.
I
That's
always
the
have
view
it.
you like.
I always have it. See, you got it at probably 40. I've always got it at 30.
Oh, that's what's wrong.
Uh,
Okay, I knew there was something else wrong. Okay,
I always make sure it's in.
I've got it at 60.
Oh, that's far too long.
Yeah, let me
That makes
get
it
it
look
back
like
to
a bowling
30.
alley.
Sorry guys, I'm just, I'm kind of not that good at this thing.
Uh, well, as far as I can see, I'm the only one in the chat. There's nobody watching because nobody knows this is on. That's the problem.
Yeah, let me see. Put something in the lobby.
Unless they've see, the thing is, if they've subscribed to you in YouTube but they haven't hit the notification, they won't get an alert that you've gone live. which is the biggest mistake most people do. They think it's okay to subscribe, but if they don't click the notification, they won't get an alert. That's why I could see that you were live when I went into YouTube.
Yeah, well, I just put another notice in the lobby. See if we can get some people in here. Let's see if do we actually have anybody on YouTube?
Not from where I'm looking. I can see one.
Well,
in the chat.
I'm showing 2 on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're not bots.
Yeah, well,
normally you get a response out of somebody now and again to let you know that the people are alive watching it.
yeah, I'm showing 2 on YouTube and 2 on Twitch, but I'm not actually. Now there's 4 on Twitch. So some people just came in when I said we were streaming.
Yeah, we've got one other person on YouTube now.
Well, they need to know you're here because you're the big draw, the celebrity.
Sooner or later, somebody will actually type something in the chat.
Well, this is a tricky situation here. I mean, really, the only thing I see worth doing is backing this up and then banking the 5 ball. He's going to go for the big draw.
Needs to get the English on it, and that's perfect.
Well, and he hit it really good too. And that wasn't an easy shot to get in a good spot. But that's
Now he needs to kill it right there so he can at least get the angle on that 6 ball.
Well, he needs to go forward a little. He needs to hit this and kind of go forward past the 7. So he
still get. Oh yeah, he can still get it from there. Yeah.
Yeah. If he doesn't go forward, he's not going to have the right angle.
Yeah, he's too straight.
Yeah, no, he's got the angle the wrong way. He needed to go forward, so he got a little angle the other way, so he could come back and shoot the 7 in the same pocket he shot the 5. You know, it's only a couple inches, but that couple inches is going to kill him because he's not going to be.
He's going to go forward and brush off the 10.
Well, he's going to try to hit the 7, and he did successfully. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, it's leaving a lot of stuff to chance. Well, what time is it? It's almost your bedtime, isn't it?
Well, that doesn't matter because I don't go to work until Friday, so not a problem.
Oh boy.
See, that's the biggest problem a lot of players have in VP is the simple thing about, you know, not mastering or becoming better at the positional shot. I mean, it went wrong because he got wrong on that 6 ball. That's where it started going wrong.
Yeah, well, as soon as you get wrong, then, you know, he does the Hail Mary, draw back into it. And, yeah, good players, you know, they don't get out of line as much. And when they do get out of line, they recover better. So it's kind of a double whammy when you're outclassed that way. And this is looking like it's going to be could be a slaughter. I mean,
back and across. I mean, he could go various ways. He could go forward.
Oh, he's going to go forward. He's probably going to go forward. I probably would here. I mean, he didn't hit it though. Go ball. Go ball. Go ball. Boy.
And well, this could be a gift for wanwa here
because
this is tough.
You can play safe. You can thin this on the right side. You don't have to shoot it. I mean, if you're going to thin on the right side, you want to put the cue ball on the other end rail. That's your goal, is to just get it right on the end rail. Go 3 rails, and then, you know, the 4th would be the end rail.
Now, you don't have to put a wee bit of left on this to try and help.
No, he doesn't. He's cutting it with right.
Oh, he's got it.
Watch out.
Cue ball, though.
Watch out. Watch out. Kerplunk.
I told you it was going to be a gift.
Yeah.
I told you it was going to be a gift. He needed a wee bit of left on it because that way I think it helps it in a wee bit if you get it right.
Yeah.
But the other thing is you're putting the angle on that cue
Well,
ball.
the problem is when you're hitting it without much speed and it's going to go up and down. You know, you want to get it going up and down straight, and he didn't. He put a little right English on it, and that kind of did him in. All right, so
Semi was showing me a stat, Steve, from the 10 ball tournament they had earlier today. I think there was what 4 or 5 people in it, and the stat was that in 40 racks, with all the players that played in 40 racks, there was one rack that was run out, and that was spected on, because SemiPro was complaining about his break again.
yeah, well, I mean, we can tighten up the rack some more, or we can change the rack. I mean, guys should be running out more than that. It shouldn't be that tough. And that's a reasonable push. I mean, SemiPro is going to shoot this. It's not a great push. I mean, it needed to be tougher than this because this is a natural angle to go 2 rails and come back down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's looking at playing this dead. You know, the only problem with shooting what he's shooting at is that you got to come up with a shot on the 1 ball. And the problem is that when you go after this 1 ball, the cue ball is going to tend to head towards that corner pocket.
The problem's the 8 ball, because if you want to play safe off this, the problem's the 8 ball. It doesn't
Well,
give you
he's
much
not
room to
playing
work.
safe. Well, that wasn't very well hit. He was playing the dead 6-5 there. And, you know, that was a smart play, actually, because that solves the 6-5 problem because, you know, the 6 is on the wrong side of the 5, so wanwa's going to have a hard time. This is the kind of table right now where, you know, the real plan should be to get to a spot on the 5 where you can play safe. And see, that's a good example why that's not a good play, because it's a Hail Mary. And then he's like, oh, I got a bad roll. But I would have played to get in a spot where I could play safe off that 5 ball, because that was, you know, you're leaving it to chance when you do that big power draw into it. It can go like this. Whereas, you know, you come down there and shoot the 4 and then you thin off the 5 and go behind the 7, you got a way better chance of winning the game.
Well, I would have stunned down the right hand side of the table for the 4 ball into the corner, and if I got lucky and got an angle on the 4, I could run into the 6 and 5 to break them out. If I didn't,
right. And if you didn't, you play safe. Yeah, yeah, that's a way better plan than taking a flyer at it.
But it always amazes me, and again, I go back to the one-dimensional aspect of a lot of players' games, and a lot of players. And you know, wanwa isn't just one of them, but a lot of them seem to think that, you know, you've got to try and be cool and run the rack each time rather than, you know, waiting for a better opportunity and putting up a tight safe and leaving your opponent in trouble.
Well, the thing is,
it doesn't always work out, but it's a far better plan than just trying to do crazy things.
When you look at how much it affects a match like this, where you're playing a good player like SemiPro, I mean, wanwa is a pretty good player. I mean, you know, he can run out a lot. Didn't he just won the tournament the other day? Didn't he just win the New Year's tournament yesterday?
I think he did.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a pretty good player, and he's going to get drilled in this match because. You know, he's gotten one game, and that one game, SemiPro scratched on the 10 and just gave it away.
So, a gift to get off the mark.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to turn into a slaughter because he's playing, the subtleties of the game.
Well, I'm going to stick my neck in the line here and say that's the only rack he's going to get the way this is going, because he has to come up with a better game plan than what he's doing.
I think he'll get more than that. He's too good a player to only get one rack.
Well, it might just be gifts he's going to get. He's having to rely on SemiPro making a mistake, and you know, when it's down to the last 2 or 3 balls, then he's got a good chance of winning one. But I don't think he's going to be playing good enough to run out 10 balls. Well,
SemiPro just broke dry, and this is a pretty good table, so we'll see if he can run out these balls. I mean, this is the kind of rack wanwa should be able to run out.
look at the table here, he needs to just maybe check the cue ball slightly if he just wants to hold a good line in the 4, so that he can come back off the 4 for
Sure.
5. Then he's got a straight in 6.
Well, you
Then he
just
can drop onto the long rail for the 7 down the table.
yeah. This is just hit it with a lot of inside English, just like that. He might overhit it. Yeah, he overhit it a little, but he's fine.
So let's see if he's got the road map in his head and what he's
Yeah,
doing here.
this is just a stop shot.
Yeah, but see, to me, he's got to be thinking 2 shots ahead here, because it's not how good he is in the 5 ball, it's how good he's going to be in the 6 ball to drop in behind us 7. And straight away, he's
And
made
there
a
we
complete
go.
hash of that.
Yep. And you know, this is simple now because this is just a little bit of draw. You just want a little angle back on the 7, and then you're just going to lay it over the cue ball over on the rail and shoot the 7 up table.
Yeah, I would expect SemiPro doesn't need any coaching on how he should be going about it. So
Oh no, this is what he's going to do. He's just going to stun over and shoot the 7 up table. And you know, SemiPro plays good patterns. He's a little straight, so he's just going to have to roll this now. See that?
Yeah.
That's just a little positional mistake there, but he's okay. He can go to the end rail if he wants to get straight. That's what I'd do. I'd follow this off the end rail so I could get real straight on the 7. And I think that's what he's going to do too.
Yeah.
Hit that. I see. I would have hit that a little harder. And the reason why is that, you know, I don't want to be this far away from the 7 ball, but he's fine. That's a trivial detail. And he's going to follow this with left English. Or he could even stun this back. We'll see what he does. And he follow it with left English and leave a little angle and then come back across the table for the 10.
Yeah, the only thing with coming back the way, if he came back the way and overhit it, he would have left a sort of cut back on the 9, which is not as convenient for getting good in the 10. Now he's got to come across the table, I think. I don't think he can risk trying to come back.
No, you're going to come across, you're going to come across the table every time on that. That's something you don't want to do, is like kind of force that hold if it's not there. It's just... Yeah, SemiPro plays really good patterns most of the time. Every once in a while he does something that I would question, but for the most part his patterns are very solid.
6-1.
And Wanwa's making balls.
Yeah, but he's not making enough of them in sequence.
Well,
so
no.
I mean, you duck every day.
Yeah, it's well. If there's a way to make that 10, but I don't see that, so I think he's got to play safe here. He's going to shoot it.
The thing is, you know
that. Here comes the safety now.
Well, you say there's a way to make that 10. I mean, that's an attacking shot. The 10 ball goes in, it comes back up, but you've opened everything up doing it.
I say if there's a way to make the 10. I don't see a good way to make it. He should be playing safe here. There's nothing wrong with shooting a 1 to get a better position to play safe. I don't know that this position's wonderful. This is kind of a touchy little safety shot to roll it past the 4.
Well, if he can get the 2 ball to the rail and hold off the 10, if he hits the 10, he can stick behind it.
No, he needs to bump the 4. He needs to hit this real soft and bump the 4. If it slides towards the 10, he's gonna give up a shot on the 2. See what happened there? That's he couldn't afford to not bump the 10, because he's going to get locked up here.
No, not quite. And that wasn't a great safety.
No,
he's left him hampered. But
see, in that situation, I would try to bump the 10 ball, and he may have been trying to bump the 10 ball, to take the speed off it and keep it behind the 4. Yeah, if he gets by the 6, he's okay, and he does. And it looks like he could get another game here. Could get a cheapie with a 4-10 combo. Oh, there is no 4-10 combo. That's right.
Oh.
New rules.
You're the one that put the rules in. That's the obvious thing you should have remembered.
Yeah, well, I have not played in a tournament with the new rules, mainly because I
Oh
haven't been playing
dear.
any pool.
Well, that four ball does go.
It does
You
go.
can't get to it.
Now the
The only
problem here
problem
is
is
that
move himself.
it's running on is behind the 6 and the
Yeah,
7, so
yeah.
it's going to be hard to hit this in a way that it gets solid on the 7. It would hit the outside of it. He's going to draw it, which I think is the correct move. I mean, that's the only way you're going to hold it.
Yeah, it's got there. This
You
might be
know,
his second rack.
I mean, the thing to do is always look for, can I roll the ball, and then if you can't, then you start looking at, you know, am I going to stun it or draw it? He's just going to come straight across. And wanwa will get out here. He's pretty good at running out.
Well, he wants a good angle on the 7. Let's have a look. That'll work. Now he can just go straight through to the rail and finish. Well, he's come back the way. He's now ended up dead straight, so this is just a soft roll, nothing else. He doesn't want to roll through too far and leave too much of a cut in that 10, so he's fine. So rack number 2, it's going to, you never know. I mean, you've got to always live in hope. You get 2 racks in the board, semi-pro breaking.
Well,
It'd be nice to see wanwa actually maybe, pinching a rack off semi-pro in the sense that, he's going to take hold of a rack and control the rack.
I think if wanwa gets to 10 in this match, he's doing well. I mean, if he was better at playing the subtleties of the game, I mean, he'd have a chance to win this match. But his safety playing his kicking and those aspects of his game aren't very good. He gets open racks though, he can run out.
That'll do it.
It's funny because if you look at like pros in real life and you look at really good amateurs, like somebody like me, the biggest difference is just consistency. And I'm not talking about consistency game to game or more match to match. I mean, I can play great match. I can play a match where I don't miss balls and run out at everything I see, but I can't do that consistently. So if I play 3 or 4 pros in a row, I'm eventually losing no matter how good I'm playing because I just can't maintain that level. But in virtual pool, what I see, I don't see that because I see a lot of players that are pretty consistent at running out, but the big difference between the really good players and guys like wanwa and stuff that aren't winning world championships but play pretty good is the safety play and the kicking play and maybe some mistakes and patterns. It's kind of it's different than real life in that sense because I don't think it's as much a consistency thing as it is a lack of knowledge in certain areas.
Now here's a question: Why isn't he playing the combo in the 3 ball right now? And the reason I'm saying that is because if he pots the 3 right now, right, and then he's on the 2 ball, it makes him an easier chance to get a cut in that 4.
Yeah, I
He leaves
agree.
the 3 ball where it is. He's now got to
Yep.
travel with the cue
I,
ball to get to the 4.
I agree. And he wasn't gonna. It wasn't easy to shoot the combo on the 3 and leave the 1 in front of that
Now,
pocket, but that's where you let it
Matt,
go across the table and shoot it in the other corner.
well, Matt, imagine he's potted the 3 right now, and this is where he's now ended up in the 2. Look at how easy
Yeah.
it is to get the cut in the 4. Now the problem's going to start.
And he tries to
But
play safe and see that's right there. You're seeing what I was talking about, where his lack of safety knowledge. I mean, that was
Yeah, that's poor. I mean, that's not put any pressure on
Uh,
semi-pro. And in fact,
yeah,
he's going to bury him in a minute here.
I mean, I think the idea, what he was trying to do, put it behind the 4 or 5 was okay, but the execution was terrible.
Yeah,
I don't know what semi-pro's doing here. That is not the right play.
that's going to fill in the gap there.
That's just the wrong play there. He should have done
Yeah,
the shot where he thinned the 2 and came back behind the 4 and 5. Because
exactly.
the shot he shot, uh, there was too many things that could go wrong, like this. Well, he better
Maybe
not
why
make the
not? That's
3.
it. Yeah,
Now this is kind of a touchy little shot here. This you got to get the speed right. You want to hit the rail maybe about a diamond past the side pocket, or you could play this straight down off the end rail, go all the way to the end rail between the 10 and the 6. I kind of like that a little better, just because if you come up short, you still can play safe off the 4. Now here he's drawing it. That's a wrong thing to do. He tries to draw the
obviously.
ball. What he should do is thin it on the right side of that 3 ball and try to come down table.
Yeah, he had
Uh,
to cut that
yeah.
3 in more.
Well, drawing the ball is always going to be harder than rolling it as far as controlling speed. Well, we don't have any of the normal suspects because they would have said hello. There's no Bill. There's no Cobra.
No, no, Cobra. See, Cobra won't. Again, as I say, these guys won't
There's
have
no one pocket
notifications on.
slim. There's no brain fell out. There's no doused. There's no uh, hold his pillow. I mean, all the normal guys.
Well,
Because
I will say this though, Steve. The thing is that in Scotland, we have a bank holiday on Monday and Tuesday this week. They don't have a bank holiday in England, so they're effectively back at work. So
yeah,
most of the guys from the UK that would maybe watch this have probably gone to bed. They're back to work tomorrow.
yeah, yeah. You're coming up on 10 o'clock now.
Yeah, late notifications for matches is never good for an audience because they don't know it's on, and if they don't, as I say, if they don't have notifications on, they won't know at all. They won't have any knowledge
Well,
of it
at,
being on.
at least you'll be able to get this match for your channel.
So 7-2.
7-2, and this is only a race to 13, so Wanwa is in real trouble at this point because he needs 11 and SemiPro needs 6. We're almost at the 2-1 point, which is kind of the you're up shit creek. Now that was a he. Did you see how much English he put on that ball on the break? He hit it with top right English. He's doing some weird stuff. I will tell you this. You will never ever see a pro hit the break the way he just did. I
No,
don't
because
I don't know what that was. You know,
when you put that on the cue ball, you're not controlling the cue ball in any sense.
well, I mean, I'm not saying you wouldn't ever use English, but it would be like on something like a cut break, not when you're trying to hit the head ball
Mm,
solid. That
yeah,
that was I don't
I
know
think
what he's thinking.
he's just trying to be creative to get a ball in the pocket. I think
He
he's got a couple more
he's gonna
breaks.
bump this 5 ball. Oh, what's
Oh,
he
he is.
doing? Well, I think he was trying to bump the 5 ball.
Well, here's
Well,
a touch. Here's this is always a test for your mouse. If you're just going to dink this 5 through and stick in the 8,
yeah,
you're going to be
that's you
breaking enough.
you can play. He's gonna play the carom, which
Well,
this is a little tricky, and I don't know. I'm not sure I like the shot because it's gonna be tough to come up with a shot on the 5. Well, he
yeah,
did come up with a shot on the 5. It wasn't great, but he just didn't hit it quite hard enough. Yeah, I would have probably been ducking there. That wasn't the easiest carom in the world. And again, I mean, Wanwa is good enough to run this out. I would go forward here, and I think he's going to too.
well, the only problem is it's semi-pro that's at the table.
Oh, well, no wonder. It was. I had them mixed up. I was kind of surprised semi-pro was shooting at the carom. That's because it wasn't semi-pro.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, he's going to run this out.
Uh-oh. Well,
Well,
that was that there was a commentator's curse if ever you've witnessed it.
but I'll tell you what, see, that's that little drag. When you shoot that little drag draw shot, it's real easy to throw the ball too much and throw it into the rail. You have to
And squash
you
it.
you have to aim a teeny bit thinner on that drag shot. Um, yeah,
Well,
that
this is another gift.
it's another gift. Yeah, well, this race
SemiPro
is only to
breaking.
13. I was thinking it was to 17. Wanwa's definitely not going to get to double digits in this match.
Now,
Well, we got 6 players in this room. Do these guys not know that we're streaming?
well, looking at who's all in the room,
Surratt
none
and
of those, the,
Banda.
none of them watch any streams.
Well, Banda might.
I've never seen them anywhere else. In fact, that band is that band is a new name to me. But he was in the he got
No, he played in this tournament. He's
he
a
got
Filipino.
yeah, he got a drilling, didn't he? He
Yeah,
went all
well,
the way.
but that's good. Oh, Bedhead's here. Hello, Bedhead. Hey, we got somebody. We got somebody that's chatting. Well, let's see what Wanwa can do here. He pots balls well. He moves the cue ball pretty well. He's just got to learn the subtleties. He needs Bedhead to get him playing one pocket. This is the kind of player you're looking at right now that would really benefit from playing one pocket and learn how to kick at balls and play safeties and move better. Because that's really what's wrong with this game is he doesn't move well at all. Well, he's a little funny here. So if this is me, you either can shoot a 4 railer here with the cue ball or you play safe. And the only problem with the 4 railer is you got to avoid denying. But the 4 railer is definitely there to come back for the 4 ball. I would probably shoot the 4 railer here because I'm very comfortable with that shot. If you're not comfortable with it, you play safe. You just draw off that 3 ball and come back and pin it on the 5. He's going to try the 4 railer. Let's see if he knows how to play this. Oh, that's terrible. No. That's completely wrong. You got to hit that with a lot less draw and running English because you got to come up and you got to hit about the middle diamond on the end rail.
Well, got lucky.
Not really.
Can he kick that in?
If he no, but if he can get behind a 7, I don't think he can. If you can get behind a 7, you can pin that. That's a simple shot to pin it on the 7, but I don't think he can get behind it. So he's going to have to kick off the long rail at this, and this is actually a little tricky. You may just want to if I know the guy, I'd do this. Yeah, exactly. I would do exactly that play if I knew the guy I was playing against wasn't good at playing safe. And he actually came out really good because it's hard. It's hard not to give up some kind of fairly easy safety playing that. But Wanwa's safety game isn't good, so I think that was a smart choice.
Right, I've got Twitch on my second monitor now. Let's see if my PC restarts.
Why would it restart? Okay,
Well,
so
that's the problem I've been having.
so now, boy, this is sitting a little funny. He still can't shoot the shot I'm talking about where he pins it on the 7. He's going to try to kick 2 rails and just dink this and put it on it. Actually, you want to hit 1 rail. You want to hit the 4 ball first here, which he did. And that was pretty good. He didn't come out as good as he could have, but that was pretty good. Well, Juan was going to call the 10, and in this situation, you just got to make sure that you get a shot on the 4, which you should be able to, as long as he doesn't hit it too hard. You know, he could have come out better than that, but he's got a shot, although this is not really the easiest shot in the world. See what pocket he decides to shoot this into. You almost have to go to the right-hand pocket here because, you know, that's natural. Just top and hit it firm in the right-hand pocket, and the cue ball goes 2 rails and comes down past the side pocket for a shot on the 5.
I don't know what's going on in
He
the chat in the room.
He looks like he.
I think he's asking whether he has to call.
Oh, maybe he thinks he's supposed to win on that.
Oh no, that's what he does. He doesn't know. Yeah.
He's gonna time out if he doesn't shoot. See, and that's why shooting it that way is not so wonderful. He could have come back down if he shot in the other pocket. So he's either going to cut this or bank this or play safe. I would play safe here, thin the 5 ball and try to come down behind the 9. You know, 3 rails in behind the 9. I mean, there's a scratch there, but you know, it's a game winner if you pin him on the 9 probably.
Yes, I've explained it, but SemiPro is doing it as well now. That's wanwa doesn't know about the new rule.
Well,
that's the only problem there.
He needed more English on that. Maybe hit the 5 a little thinner with more English. And this is going to be 8-3 here. It's pretty.
I think he can pinch the angle in this, can he not?
Oh yeah, he's fine.
As long as he doesn't finish behind the jaw. Now he understands.
He'll go forward here, I believe. See,
yeah,
SemiPro understands, you know, that going forward there is just so much more reliable than going backwards.
Well, drawing for position to me is never a good idea. In VP4, yes, you see that the big draw bailout that you can get away with, but I don't think drawing for position.
Well,
I mean, a stun draw is a more controlled draw than just drawing the ball and hoping you're going to get somewhere round about where you're trying to get to.
Well, draw's just less reliable, you know, and you know, the pressure thing. You talk about, oh, well, somebody made a mistake under pressure. Well, when you're rolling the ball, it's a lot harder to make a mistake. When you're drawing the ball, that takes a lot of touch, and you get a little nervous, and it's easy to make a mistake. And it's even more so like that in real life. So what's going on here?
Yeah, he's not happy.
It's very sad, but NP. What does NP?
No problem. Where he's upset is the fact that he was all for playing that combo in the 10, which he got thinking he'd won the rack. Now he's found out he hasn't won the rack. And
well, but you know, he's been in the stream before when we talked about this, and the rules were updated. It says so in the description of the tournament that we're playing this way.
Yeah. No, he didn't know the rules had changed.
Well, you know, wanwa, you know, when he gets a hair out of place, it can be a major deal.
Yeah, I mean, the language barrier trying to explain something to him, which doesn't help. Just play it's getting frustrating. Yeah, in fact, one was supposed to be breaking. We're sitting here and nothing's happening.
All right. Now he knows. Okay.
Well, he said now he knows earlier, so that's twice he now knows. Right, let's go on with it.
Oh, this is wanwa that's breaking screwy like this. He's
Yeah.
putting English on it. That's so weird. Although he's been making a lot more balls than SemiPro, so maybe SemiPro will copy that break. Well, let's take a look at this here.
Well, the
Uh,
one ball drops in.
yeah, and you're going to bump the 5 ball and come over. You know, you want to hit this with a little bit of speed to get the cue ball to kind of go through the 5 a little bit. Yep, and he's good. So
Anywhere in the middle of the table off this 4 ball, he's on the 5. With a suitable angle, he's going to come out onto the 6, and then the big test is just coming from the 6 to the 7.
Now I will say this: this is a place where I see a lot of players make mistakes, and he just made one. He didn't get
just like that.
He just hooked himself. Well, I was going to say players make mistakes when balls are close to pockets or hanging in pockets. You know, the way to play balls in pockets is always to thin one side of them. Well, that's not always, but 90% of the time, that's the way you play it.
Bedhead saying has Semi ranted about the break yet? Well, he's been ranting since the bloody thing changed. He's been ranting for 3 days solid.
And that was a very well played shot there. Very controlled. I like the way he hit that. That was a beautiful shot.
Well, he's a bit straight in this 5, so he's got
well, he's either got to roll up and shoot the 6 in the other corner or force it over. Well, he's going to draw it back out, and that's well played.
A spin.
Yep.
Now,
that was a nice shot.
To get on that 7.
Yeah, this is just straight top. Come down on the other side of the 10 ball for the 7.
I think he's checking this up with a look of it. I'm not behind his cue, but
I wouldn't check this up. I would just go behind the 10, just like this.
Oh no, he's running down. He's good.
That's perfect. I mean, honestly, it's frustrating to me because I know that a lot of the players watch streams, and it's like I say stuff over and over and over again. And wanwa's the kind of player that should be a lot more competitive. He needs to learn the other parts of the game because he runs out good.
SemiPro's getting annoyed that one was not breaking right and still potting balls, and now he's saying maybe I should just break, but put loads of spin in the ball.
He's going to copy wanwa.
He's having another rant, Bedhead.
Well, Bedhead, you called it. Bedhead knew that was coming. Well, I mean, I don't mind changing the rack again. I can keep trying to change it. You know, I don't know what's going to happen, but I can tweak it some more.
Right, Ivan needs to focus on what he's doing here. You know, do some sort of numpty stuff here. And he might have just done it going straight here, I think.
Yeah, he's still okay. I mean, you know, you just draw back on the near side here. I mean, I would rather be going forward 3 rails or something, but, you know, this is you draw back the near side. Not a whole lot can go wrong. Unless you hit it wrong. And I don't know what that was. I mean... that's just.
I would have always went 3 rails there because you're going into an open space. You're guaranteed a much better chance of
well,
than this.
In real life, I would have drawn that back every time, and he got it in. So it's 8-4, which it's a 2-1 clip right now for SemiPro, which is I think wanwa is doing pretty good. Now here he goes with the crazy English again.
Oh, that's SemiPro trying it this time, and now
well, SemiPro, you know, he just doesn't have the wanwa magic.
Oh, that's hilarious because he's tried to set the wanwa break, and then of course he scratches.
Yeah, we put in a shot clock just so that Stubb can't take 10 minutes on one shot. Well, I'll tell you what you do here. You just pin him on the 6 ball. This is where you play for 3 fouls. That's what I would be doing here. I would be pinning them on the 6 ball and playing for 3 fouls because if you're going to do this, you want to put the 1 ball in a place where it's easy to like play your next safety. So you're playing you're playing to lock the ball on the 6, but you're trying to get the 1 ball in a place that you can get the 3rd foul.
Right, so what's the problem with actually, let me have a look at the one, right, it's too tight, it won't go into the side past the 6, it's right on top of the 6.
No, I'd probably try to bank it down by the 3 ball myself. The problem with this is that you can't 3 foul him. You know, it's just too easy. You got to get it locked on a ball. I mean, this is, you know, not only that, there's a good chance he's going to kick this in.
He's got to hit the right side of the 1 ball here to try and keep the cue ball this end of the table.
Yeah.
You never know, he might get lucky.
Well, see, the thing is you might kick it in, but even if he doesn't, as long as he hits that side of the ball, there's a good chance he's getting safe.
He wants to hit it half ball right side. I'm behind his cue, so half ball right side. He's hit it a bit too full.
Yeah. And did he come up with a safety? No, he didn't. But you know, I mean, that was the right shot. I mean, he played the right shot, and I like the speed he hit it. I mean, everything was pretty good. It didn't come off. He didn't get the safety or the ball in the pocket. Bet it says, can he pot the 1? Maybe he could. I don't know.
No, that was Bedhead was asking about the 1 ball against the 6 ball there. I'd already had a quick spy and said it didn't go into the side.
Okay, well, you know, the typical safety here is thin the 1 on the left side and come behind the 3. He's going to go the other way, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with going the other way if it presents itself well. I'm not sure it did there.
One was gonna.
He's gonna shoot. Oh yeah, he's gonna shoot at this. I would shoot at this because the cue ball is, you don't have to do anything. You just go up and down. Well, he caught the 5 ball. He didn't want to catch the 5 ball. Well, this is pretty easy. Well, no, maybe it's not. It's pretty tough to make that 8. You got to hit the 2 real thin.
Well, he doesn't want to be pushing the 2 anywhere near the 8.
No, this is a tricky situation. What I would probably do is kind of shoot the 2 into the 4 with draw and right English and try to spin it and lock it on the 8. Either that or, well, there's nothing good happening off the right side of this 2, I don't think.
Right, what about Feather by doing that shot? He's left the possible billiard here.
Well, if he shot the exact shot he shot and he hit it hard, he would have made that 8 ball.
No.
And here we go with SemiPro probably running the rest of this out. SemiPro plays off a stun very well. I mean, he gets good lines coming off a stun. You know, he has a good feel for it, which is why he's.
Line to go.
Yeah, I mean everything's sitting pretty good.
Come over towards the 10 ball. I mean, he can go this long way on the right side.
I would draw this ball, and that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna draw the ball.
Oh, this is dangerous. This is going south.
Well, soon as I say he gets the ball going on good lines off a stun, he does that. Okay, now you can play this off the jaw. You got to hit this with some right English. If he doesn't put right English on it, it won't work. You got to hit out by the tit, and you got to hit this with right English. This is a tricky shot. It's hard to get it to open up enough, and he did. He got it to open up too much.
He's obviously listened to the stream.
Well,
that never have thought of that himself.
That was a pretty good. Well, I'm sure he would. That was a pretty good attempt.
Now, you can push the 4 through onto the 10 and come up behind the 6, can't you? It's a wee bit touchy.
Yeah, or the 5. That'll work. But that shot off the tit. That's a very common shot in one pocket. That comes up all the time because your opponent will try to put you in the pocket like that. So it's a shot you should practice. If you play one pocket, you practice that shot. He's going to play.
One pocket players must play a lot of shots into those. You know, when you're talking about trying to tie your opponent up behind the jaw or the tip. in a corner pocket. You need a lot of checking the cue ball sometimes just to kill the cue ball into the jaws.
Yeah, well, I can remember
That's a bit tricky
I
to play.
I played Warren Kiemko, one of the really strong Filipino players. Been around forever, really good player. Won a lot of tournaments, and I played him in one pocket at Derby, and he twice he kicked balls out that were my ball that was hung in my pocket. Twice he kicked them out and locked me on the rail. I couldn't believe it. I mean, that's a hard shot to knock a ball out of the pocket and lock the ball in there on the rail. Well,
Oh, here's a big heave ho draw if ever you're going to see one,
yeah,
unless he's going to use a jaw and try it out.
no,
Yeah.
that one you had to draw out of there when it's that deep in the pocket. So he'll probably back cut this five. The problem with that though is there's a scratch there. You gotta, see. I don't like that shot just because of the scratch. I think he'll shoot it. The other shot is you can shoot this five in the corner and draw it into the side rail. I like that shot better because there's no scratch there. That's the shot with the scratch, and he was able to avoid it. He hit that nice. He hit it thick enough that it got to the side rail. Maybe it wasn't there. It looked like it was. Yeah, bedhead. I mean, that's a good shot to practice because it'll come up. And it's going to be 9-4.
One we're breaking next rack. Now let's see what he's doing with the tip of the cue this time, if he's going to stick with the same method.
He's doing the same thing. High right. That's a crazy shot, but he's making balls.
And he's got a shot in the one, I think.
I mean, as crazy as that is, he's making balls. So it's hard to say, well, why would you ever do this? Well, you can say it, but I mean, he's making balls, so.
Right, you dink the one in. You make sure you don't go behind the 10, and you find the gap between the 10 and the 5 for the 2 on the side.
Yeah.
Or do you come back across?
No, you shoot the ball. You shoot the 2 on the side,
Well,
but
he didn't listen to me. He shot himself.
You got to shoot that shot harder with some check on it.
Check on it,
Yeah. You just.
You have to see that. See, the thing is this is the difference between some players and others. I mean, in that shot, the little voice is working in my head telling me I'm going to go behind that.
The little voice was working on Wanwa's head too. He knows well enough. You saw how easy he tried to hit it to avoid getting behind the 10. The thing is what you're. Here's what happens with a lot of times with players that level, because I went through this phase when I was playing with this too. Is it wants to go back there, and you're kind of hoping and wishing it doesn't. And then you just shoot anyways, instead of being proactive and saying, well, I'm going to make sure that it doesn't go back there.
Yeah.
So hoping and wishing is not a good way to play pool.
And you're right when you said you had to hit that a little bit harder so you could get the check to work on the rail and bring the cue ball away from that.
They just need a little right English and hit it harder. And the thing is it's always better to be positive. Like a lot of times in that situation, you just go, okay, well, I'm going to run into this ball, and I'm going to run into it with enough speed that the balls separate. Yeah. So that's another thing. It's just being proactive. Shoot a positive shot, not a shot where you're hoping. And I see this happen, this is a place where in real life and VP, I see this happen a lot with players that are pretty good players, but, they haven't got to that level where they're really super strong. And that's the kind of shot you see them shoot where they just, they're hoping. I went through that phase, and I still do it once in a while where I start hoping on a shot. And he's going to come around here, 3 rails.
She's got to keep going for the side pocket.
Yeah.
That'll do.
So he's probably going 3 rails here too, is my guess. I think he's got an angle where he needs to.
You know, he's got to let this run. Yeah, he's got to knock it into the pocket rather than just babying it in to get the cue ball out.
Yeah, it's just another three railer. He didn't pull it very deep, but he's fine. You know, the thing is in real life, you're going to play the cue ball closer to the object ball. You can get away with this more in VP, but in real life, if you watch good players play, they try to get the cue ball closer. I mean, Earl Strickland, when he was playing well, I mean, it was, 18 inches and 2 feet, like every shot. I mean, the cue ball is like that distance from the object ball. And if you can play pool like that, it's really powerful because you're not going to miss many balls when you're that close. Yep, bedhead, and that's one of those habits you got to get out of. You got to trust yourself that you know what it's doing and do something positive with it, not hope.
Yeah, the little voice in your head that time then says, right, this isn't going to work, but this time it might work, so you still shoot the ball.
Well, the thing is that if you know it's going to be, close, like close to a problem or tight, or you're having to hit it easy or easier than you want, or whatever the reason is, just don't do that. Look for an alternative. And this is a pretty nice table. The 5 ball is probably the biggest problem, and it's really not that much of a problem because where he is now, he should get good on the 4 and be able to come behind the 5 and shoot it up table. I mean, you just want to get down where, you have not too much angle on the 4 so you can drag behind it. See, see what he just did? He left all this distance. When you're going to shoot a shot that you have to drag, you don't want all this distance.
Yeah, but see, this and bump into the 9.
He can.
Yeah,
but he can also screw up the 8. I mean, the whole thing about that kind of situation is, if you're 2 feet away from that 4 ball on the same exact line he was on, it's a way easier shot than being like length of the table, because that shot becomes real touchy with distance. And I think he's going to get out here at this point.
You see, again, looking at the angle he's got to drop down, leave himself the angle just to get out. Because he wants to get away from this 9 ball. He doesn't want to be. He needs to get off that rail so he can come well away from the 9 when he's potting this 8. He doesn't want to be.
Well, this is the kind of situation where, instead of babing it, you may want to hit it harder.
So he can avoid the 9 and he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's okay. You would rather be on the other side, cutting the 8 the other way, because then it's trivial. This is a little trickier, but I think he's still okay.
He's loads of room to get away from that and still have a shot on it. I can't see him
doing anything. It's just a harder shot. I mean, the other one is way more guaranteed.
10 into the side, or he's going to try and do the stun. Right, he's okay.
I play percentages. I look at it from this point of view. If you got 100 shots like this over here, and you got 100 shots like this over there, which one am I going to execute out of 100 more? Because that's really what it comes down to in pool, is there's some execution percentage, and if you can shoot shots that have the highest execution percentage every time, you're going to be very successful.
Well,
and that's a great break. Look at that break.
He didn't have quite as much English on it that time, but it still worked.
I mean, look at this. He's made 3 balls, did he make?
Break.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, in any other day, you would say, this is a run out. It's a guaranteed run out. But let's see if wanwa can hold it together, because he's really not got a lot to do here.
Okay, Vertical Liquid is asking about how do I get the chat to be visible. Well, I see your chat, Vertical Liquid. Are you talking about in on screen or in the chat screen? Because on screen I see your chat.
Yeah, I think the problem is he's watching on.
He's probably
YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah.
Right. What you need to do, Vertical Liquid, is you go to the chat and use pop out, so you can have the pop out chat. And I think you might need to put VP4 into desktop mode so that you can actually have the chat overlaid at the side of the screen. I think that's the only way you can do it, because it won't go over the full screen VP4.
I don't know. I see his chat on on Twitch. I see his chat on the overlaid on the.
Yeah, we can see his chat, but he can't see his chat and all the rest of the chat that's on screen.
Why not? Isn't it both on
I don't know.
YouTube and Twitch?
Yeah, I don't know. In fact, the thing is, it's unusual that this problem's occurred now because he's never said it before.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know shit about that. You're gonna have to explain it because I'm lost. And
I
looks
was
like
using a program. He's going to get another one. I was using a program a little while ago where I had VP4 in full screen mode, not desktop mode, and I had a chat program that I had overlaid onto my main monitor, and that worked perfectly okay. That wasn't using Restream though. That was a separate program, but I don't know what the hell happened to that. That disappeared off my PC, and I can't remember what it was called.
so. Wanwa, this was a break and run out, wasn't it?
Well, it was about to be. It might not be now though.
Oh
I'm not
no,
really
he's gonna
certain.
make this.
Oh well, I'm getting negative on him. But it's a bit healthier looking scoreboard.
Okay, it says Hugh's volume is very low. Should I bump Hugh's volume up? Let's see. How do I do that? Do I do that in Discord?
Yes.
Okay, so
And
let me bump him up. Okay, I bumped Hugh up. How's that? Say something, Hugh.
hello.
Is that better,
Let
guys?
let me go into sound settings as well and have a look. And
Well, I've
see
just
what I'm
bumped
at.
you up. I got you at 82% now.
Oh, that's not high enough. You need to stick me to 100. You've got to put me to 100 at least.
Bet
That's the default.
Bethead said it's good now.
Well, that must mean whoever else is complaining need to increase the volume on their hearing aid. That's the only problem there.
Well, I mean,
Um,
isn't it a combination of your user setting and my setting?
mm, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've forgotten where I go to look at my volume.
Yeah, well, you don't need to change your volume because I got it now, and I can always raise it more here. All right,
Right,
so
anyway.
SemiPro should be running this out. I mean, this is a very straightforward rack here. This is the kind of rack you want. Let's see how he decides to get on this 5 ball. So he's going to just stun back and shoot it in the side. And he's okay here. You just follow this, and you can follow all the way to the rail if you want. I don't know why he's doing that. See, I would have followed that because he had a line he could just follow where he put the cue ball between the 7 and the rail. I don't know why he didn't like that. Because, this shot you could miss. You shouldn't, but you could. And hang on. And see, now he's funny. He should be able to soft draw this. Wow. That wasn't very good. I thought he could soft draw that past the 9 ball. What are you doing? Are you hacking up a fur ball, Hugh?
Yeah, I'm going over.
What are you doing, Hugh? You've screwed everything up, Hugh. You sound like you're hacking a fur ball up.
Can you hear me still?
You sound terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know what you did, but you sound like the Wolfman hacking a fur ball up. I mean, you sound terrible.
Let me get successful.
I told you not to mess with it, and I should just tell you the opposite of what you should be doing. What the heck is wrong with you?
I'm okay again.
What is wrong with you? Just.
I was messing about this afternoon with voice mod. I had that installed in the computer, and I was checking to see if it was still running.
You sounded like the Wolfman hacking a fur ball up.
So the sound's gone funny for you, has it?
Well, it's fine now, but bad. It was terrible. Well, now we have your chat in Twitch Vertical Liquid. Now we have you in not just on the stream, but also in the Twitch chat. Albin's only on the overlay. Well, this is kind of tricky here. I would not have done that. See, that's
For a bump at the wrong time.
That's just too. I would have ran to the 7 and either banked it or played safe. I mean, too many guys try to break out stuff, and that wasn't a good situation for breaking those out. If you've got a good situation, great, but that wasn't one of them. And now he's made it so you can't bank the 7. So if he is going to run to it, his only choice is safe. He's going to play safe. No, he's not going to play safe. So.
Well, that'll be a missed call then.
Did he not call it?
That into the side?
I didn't see him call it.
Oh, don't tell me we're going to get controversy here. Well, I'm saying nothing, but I don't recall seeing that he called that. SemiPro's not saying anything, unless he noticed he called it.
He called safe, he says. He called safe. But calling... No, when you call safe and you make a ball, it should have miscalled it. You're not allowed to make a ball calling safe.
No, I'm totally confused. I don't know what's happening.
That should have been a player option, I believe. I don't think you're allowed to make a ball if you play safe.
Wait a minute. What does Bedhead say? Wanwa shot the next shot. Right. Who potted the 4 ball?
Well, Wanwa should have had a player option. He should have had an option of putting SemiPro back in if he actually made it. Yeah, there's some craziness, and he's got a shot. I'm gonna have to check that. I didn't quite see what happened. I'll have to go back and look at the stream.
Well, first of all, I'm assuming that was Wanwa that played the 4 ball and potted it, right? What I'm not sure of is that I didn't notice a called shot.
No, it was. I thought was it SemiPro that shot the 4?
See, the thing is, right?
I think it was SemiPro that shot the 4, and he says he called safe, but that should have given Wanwa a. That should have given Wanwa a.
I don't know.
He should have had a player option. I don't know. I'll go back and look at it. I don't think you're out of sync. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was SemiPro or not. Or maybe it was Wanwa shooting.
Maybe it's the time of night and I haven't a clue what's going on.
Well, that's why we got a stream we can go back and watch. All right, well, here goes SemiPro shooting a Wanwa break. There it is. Did he make a ball?
Nope. Come on, Steve.
I think he did. He made a ball, yeah. He made the 2 ball.
I missed that as well, and I'm watching it.
Yeah, for now.
Semi-potted. Right, wait a minute. Semi-potted the 4. Wanwa chose to shoot. Right, so Albanario's paying attention then.
Yeah. How do you know? Well, yeah. So it is working right. Oh, this is a nice shot here. Well played, good speed.
So SemiPro on the hill.
Yeah, and I think he's going to run this out. Let's see what angle he's got on this 3 ball. Yeah, he's okay here. He's just going to come to the side rail.
No, he's drawn it back.
Well, he didn't get to the side rail. Well, he didn't really want to be here.
Yeah, he's going to come down there. He's putting left English in this to get to the other rail. That's what he's trying to do. I
He's
think.
not going to try to get to the rail. He's probably going to have to bump the 6 ball
No, he's
here.
got. Yeah, he's got the gap. I thought he was trying to go really inside
Yeah.
here
I
to
think
maybe bump the rail towards the 6 towards the other pocket.
he's going to bump the 6 ball here. Well, he could try to draw past it. I don't think he can though. Yeah, that wasn't very good. You wanted to bump it straight at the pocket. So, at this point, you can play safety here. You can try a two-way shot, but I think the two-way shot, the speed stuff, cut the 6 up in the corner and play safe. I would play safe here myself. That's not a very good safety. That's pretty piss poor.
Well, it's good from the point of view he's got the 6 down on the rail. He just hasn't got the cue ball behind the 10 and 7.
Yeah.
That's where
Well,
that's gone wrong.
The saving grace of that shot is that there's no balls down there to put the cue ball behind. So any safety, you got to go around the table. But, you really need to get the snooker in that situation.
Now, he needs to watch he doesn't scratch off the 7, but that'll do it. It's not getting covered, but it's a good safety at distance.
Well, it was a nifty shot. I mean, he had a chance of getting behind the ball. Now, this one is a touchy shot. You thin it off the right side, but I'll tell you something about that shot. I'll tell you a secret about that shot. That shot's way easier to hit than with right English. And intuitively, that seems completely wrong, because it's squirting back towards the ball. But the reason why is the ball's going to curve, and it's really a lot easier to thin it. I remember I had a friend that was a pretty good player. I mean, he was a run-out player. He was a fairly strong player. And one night he says, "How would you shoot this?" Or he had shot it and had it hit it that way. I can't remember what it was, but anyhow, oh boy. And I told him, you put right English on this, like that shot. He's like, no way, no way, no way. He goes, shoot it, and I did. He goes, and I hooked it. He goes, oh no, that was lucky. He goes, shoot it again, and I did. So after about 5 times of putting it right behind the ball and hooking it, he goes, oh. So then he tried it, and he's like, man, you're right. It's like one of those little things, those little knowledge gems of how to play that shot that is counterintuitive.
Now, playing that shot, here's the question. The question is when you line up to play what every guy's been doing so far and just playing for the thin edge, and you're cutting across the right side of the left, as we look at the bottom of the screen, at the left side of the ball to try and go back up table.
Well, if you're cutting across the left side of the ball, you put left English on it. If you're cutting the right side of the ball, you put right English on it. From the player point of view.
Right. So from the player point of view, my question to you is: let's say I'm coming off the right side of the ball and putting the English on it. Am I keeping my aim the same as what I would do if I'm trying to catch it thin? Or am I compensating for the squirt of the cue ball?
No, you're keeping it pretty close, because when you hit it soft like that, the squirt and the curve are going to kind of cancel out. But the thing is you have to get a feel for it, because it depends on how much your cue deflects. It depends on how grabby the table is and how much the ball turns. It depends on a lot of things. So there's no exact answer, but just as a general kind of thing, the deflection and the curve tend to cancel out.
Well, Bedhead's saying, is it that you visually aim too thick without side spin? Or with side spin? You don't mean to execute the shot Steve's talking about?
No.
So
I mean, you can. Here's the thing: is when I aim that shot, it looks a little thick to me. It's going to curve, and when it curves, you're just kind of sweeping across the edge of it.
Well, Bedhead will be trying that sometime in the tournament, and you better be in the stream at the time, Steve, when he makes a complete hash of it.
Here's the thing: here's the problem with that shot. When you're at the length of the table, it's very hard to hit a thin edge, and it's common that people hit that too thick and then it comes out, or they miss the whole ball. What I'm
exactly. I do
saying
that
is,
all the time.
you'll be a lot more successful with that by putting English on it, even though it seems like, wow, that makes it more complicated. It's curving and deflecting, and that should be harder. I know it seems like that, but it's actually easier. And honestly, I'm not quite sure I can explain why, but I know it is from doing it in real life.
Yeah.
Now, VP,
Well,
the deflection on the Q is very low, so
that,
it's probably going to curve more than it deflects.
I think that might be game, set, and match there because one was chipped to 9 there trying to clip the edge of the 3, and Semi-Pro's got ball in
He's
hand.
going to lock him on this 4 ball probably.
Plus, one was break didn't work this time because he scratched.
What's he doing here? No, he's going to
He's
go
trying to run
around and
out.
he's going to run out. See, I'm nasty. I probably would have locked him on the 4 ball. Taking the 3-up table.
Well,
I don't see
on a
I
real-
don't I don't see guys ever get 3 fouled. Nobody ever 3 fouls guys.
Well, I think obviously if it was a real table, I think you might have just locked him up for a go at 3 fouls, but VP4, you're going to try and run out. So this is all over. I think assuming this was the only match that appeared tonight, then the other 2 matches that are still on the schedule will be all that's left. So I think the next match is Saturday, but that's breakfast time for you, Steve. What did I say? It was 2 in the afternoon my time.
I think I'm playing golf Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, and that be it. Well, wanwa got over halfway there, so I mean that wasn't bad. I mean
It was a better score than it was looking at. I have to admit that. Yeah. What have we got? Yeah, the next match is Bill and Vince says, and that is Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. GMT. That'll be 3 p.m. Central European.
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. my time, and that should be a pretty good match.
Yeah, I think it'll be a very good match. 2 very well balanced players. We should expect a good standard.
Yeah, I think
So
I'm
I'll
gonna
be
end up
home for
missing that,
time.
but no worries
you're
because you'll
hacking
stream it.
Well, they don't have rough in American golf courses, but
Of course we've got rough. Yeah, I don't know what you've been looking at.
Not proper Carnoustie rough.
Oh,
proper.
you'd be surprised. Some courses do.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'll be there for it, so I hope the guys can join us.
Yeah,
Well
that
done
should
to
be a great
Semi-Pro.
match.
Who does Semi-Pro play now? Is he going to have a long wait for
Well,
a loser to come
let's
through,
go
I think?
look at the bracket. So let's see, semi-pro. Where is it? Right there.
Yeah,
So semi-pro is here. He's waiting for. Boy.
Yeah, he's got a long wait. He's got a fair bit of time to wait, is he not?
Man,
He's waiting on.
who's coming to that? It's Albinario and Potman. So he's waiting for the loser of Albinario and Potman. So he's not waiting that long. As soon as they play that match, then Potman will move through. So yeah, that'll be quick. I'm already assuming Albinario going to win. I said Potman will move through. Sorry, Potman.
Yeah, Albinario will come through that.
Potman, he better bring something if he's going to beat Albin. Because the way Albin played in that first match against Chiku, that was an impressive. That was an impressive win. I mean, his ball speed was just unbelievable that match.
Put it this way: if Potman can get anywhere near 7 racks against Albinario in a race to 17, he'll do well. So he will.
Yeah.
So good luck to him in that.
And if Albinario does go through and beat him there, he's going to match up with Matt, and that would be a good match. And then let's see what else we have going on. So Fantastic Fox has beat Vertical Liquid, so he's waiting for a coldest pillow, his Zurich. And I don't know how his Zurich plays. He was a billiard player, right?
I think he was in the 3 cushion.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
But
the
he
free
beat
position, yeah.
Sargo 17-10, so, maybe he's got some sort of chance. We'll see. Now, let's see. What else is going on? Bedhead is waiting for Vincez and Bill to play. And Interchange X is waiting for Christian and Robbie to play. So Interchange X looks like he's got a pretty good draw here. To get far up in and El Matador is going to play Vertical Liquid. Quagmire and Linus.
Linus,
One
he
Pocket
forfeited,
Slim
did he
is
not?
waiting for the loser of Fast Eddie and Spectre Don.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't know, is there any communication going on between Jose and Stubb? Because Jose asked Stubb in the lobby when they wanted to play, and of course he got no response. He
Well,
asked him that a few days ago.
yeah, he needs to send. Let's see here. So, let's see if we've got anything from. Let's see. Age and days is less than 15. Body contains Jose.
This John Bolero guy's another one that's going to forfeit. I think he livers show. So Aceros may well be playing Larry in round 3.
Okay, so Jose proposed a match for Saturday, December 30th, and he did it on December 30th. So Jose proposed a match the same day, 20 minutes before, and that didn't happen. So that's been the only proposal. It's just been one of them.
So Stubbs not returned anything.
Stubb has not returned anything. Where is that match, anyways?
Where's the deadline in that?
Where is Stubb? Let's do select player.
It's still
Real Poland Power.
Yeah, it's in the top
January 11th, so it's still 9 days away. So Stubb needs to start sending something out.
And Tommy is waiting on the winner of that match. Stubb is going to be the strong favourite to come through against Jose, so it should be a good round 3 match if Stubb does match up with Tommy. So they're all good matches to come as we go deeper into the tourney.
Yeah, do we want to look at any stats? Let's go back and look at the break stats and see how bad that wanwa outbroke SemiPro.
Wow. Break stats. Oh, look at the difference between wanwa and SemiPro. Wanwa was 1.4, SemiPro 0.6.
Yeah, 90% on the break. And wanwa ran out 2 from the break.
two runouts, yeah.
So
SemiPro got 1.
Yeah, so I mean, the rest of it.
The interesting thing though is wanwa had 7 Moneyball shot to get his 7 racks, and he got 100%.
Well,
SemiPro 14 and 13.
Again, like we were discussing, wanwa's problem is the moving game. He doesn't move well.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see from the stats. I mean, his shot percentage was pretty good. He broke way better than he ran 3 racks versus SemiPro's 1. He broke way better, 90% versus 60%.
I wonder how many guys will be trying the break with the top right spin in the cue ball. See if that works.
You were 20%. Why does it say you were 60% on the break? Oh, Bedhead saying he was 20%. Okay, Bedhead. Well, that's pretty bad, Bedhead. Even SemiPro was 60%. Which, I'll tell you this right now, 60% for 10 ball is pretty good. 90%'s unbelievable. Everybody better copy wanwa's break. Because that's phenomenal. If you can break at 90% in 10 ball, you're doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Well, really, experiment.
when you look at these stats, you would think that this should have been a close match, but it wasn't because wanwa doesn't move well. That was the whole
Yeah.
difference in that match.
Yeah, it's the most painful part of the game when you can pot the balls and get the money balls, but you can't get most of the job done when you're at the table with the balls to get to. The moving game is the most important factor. That's how you run out. It's a simple thing. It's a simple concept.
If you're a player that you can run out and you've got a pretty good game, and you want to be competitive in these things, you better learn to play safe and kick, because that becomes very important at the high level.
Somebody don't check their email, Steve, says SemiPro on Twitch.
Somebody don't check their emails. Let's see. Well, if you're talking about an email from you,
more than likely, I think that's what he's hinting at.
Are you talking about a message? I don't see an email from you.
Well, the thing is that...
well, you're talking about... No, I don't look at that. Do you know how many messages I get? Because I get all this crap about, everything you never wanted to see. You want to see what my messages look like? See all the tournament matches, confirmations, all this crap?
Mm-hmm.
I get everything in here. I get all the notifications, mute notifications, kick notifications, match forfeited notifications. I mean, I get so much crap. I need a PA. Yeah, that's why I always tell people to message support, because I'll never see it if you message this. I mean, I'll have 5 pages of messages by the time I would even go to look for your message. All right, so I think it's time to sign off. So we've got right now we've got a match Saturday and then a match the following Thursday. We'll see what else comes up the rest of this week. It's only Tuesday, so I'm there may be somebody playing at some point.
Yeah, hopefully there is. I'll be there for Saturday. I hope all the guys can join it. Mind you, it's a bit early in the day for some people. They might be out shopping and stuff like that, but it'll be on YouTube.
Or they might be on they might be on the links.
Yeah, they might be wasting time.
Let me see when my tea time. Let me see when my tea time on Saturday is. It's.
Well, it needs to be early. It needs to be really early. You need to be teeing off in darkness if you're going to get there for 2 in the afternoon my time.
You know what? I'm not quite sure when it is, so I can't. Let's see. Here it is. Tea time Saturday. 10:10 a.m.
Well, 10:10 a.m. is 10, 11, 12. That's 3 in the afternoon. That's an hour after the match has started.
Yeah. Shit.
So you'll definitely not be around.
Uh-oh. I think the wife is trying to get me to play golf with her. That's trouble.
What, if she sent you an email to make a date? That's what you can,
so I hope you guys noticed that the server is going down tonight for maintenance. There's a notice about it.
Yeah,
4 a.m. GMT, could last up to 4 hours. They said between 4 and 5 a.m. GMT, so it's somewhere in there it'll go down. I doubt it'll be down that long, but because they always give you a number that's more than that. They got to take a look at my hardware.
That means it clashes with any possible cowboy matches early in the morning. And of course, people will be sending messages to me saying, "What's up with VP4?" Because none of them were in the lobby tonight to see the message pop up, so they'll all be saying we can't get into VP4.
Well, half of them will come to the lobby and they don't read the messages. Let's take a look at leagues here and see if we've got any more teams.
No, no.
So right now we're looking like this league's not going to go. You guys want to play a league, you better get in there. I've got it set up for 6 teams minimum. I can make it 4 minimum. You can run a decent league with 4 teams.
Yeah,
And
I'm going to post a link in the lobby. There's a link in the lobby. You'll hear my video with voice mod on. See if you understand it.
oh God, the Wolfman. All right, Hugh. Say good night.
Yeah, good night, all.
Good night,
I'm
guys.
going for a coffee.
All right,
I will
everybody have a
see you
good
later.
evening.